Welcome to the Wingspan's AFC and NFC Championship game reactions. We also got some fact and fiction for you. Today we're just going to be going over the Lions versus the 49ers game and the Ravens versus the Chiefs. And to start off with, we'll give you the Lions and the 49ers. Just our sharp reactions. I think the game, clear and simple, Lions, they choked. I mean, there's no other way to put it. What do you guys think? I mean, would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, they completely took that game and flushed it down the toilet. I mean, they were up 24-7 with
I think it was like
20 minutes left in the game.
They choked it.
They had an opportunity. Dan Campbell decided to go for it on fourth down and 3.
Two times.
Two times. Didn't get it.
Yeah, I thought they could have kicked the field goal in those situations, and then even if they did, I feel like,
it would have balanced it out. It would have been, if they would have kicked those field goals, it could have helped him later on in the stretch. But Dan Campbell, being the way he is, he's just so aggressive, and he had to try and get those extra yards for the touchdown. But, I mean, in those situations late in the postseason, you can't. He can be as aggressive as he wants to be all season, try and get those big wins and try and get those points. But this is the NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl. They were up 17 at one point, and you can't just go out there and be aggressive. You take the points when you're giving them. At the end of the game, they could have won it. But otherwise, besides that, for the Lions, for the 49ers, they looked elite in the second half. They are a second-half team. They played really good so far this season in the second half. It's one thing to look at going into the Super Bowl. But Brock Purdy, I don't know what else to say. Everyone thinks he's a great game manager. I don't think he is, personally. What do you guys think? I mean,
I got 2 words. Game manager.
No.
Yes.
Peyton, I'd have to agree with your comment on Purdy being a game manager. I just feel like he goes out there and, gets the ball to their star players, and I just think he's a good guy to have on your team because he's going to go out there, he's going to do everything right, he's going to try to win.
Winner mentality. Yeah, he's got that winner's mentality, but I don't know. I don't think it's enough. For the Lions, though, this offseason, they actually did exactly what you would want last offseason. They basically rebuilt their offense. They added in Jahmyr Gibbs. They added in a few other players. I think this offseason they can get some more help on defense. They'll have some good draft picks. They have a lot of cap space. They can try and reload. They kept Ben Johnson at offensive coordinator, which was a big keep. So for the Lions this offseason, I think it's plain and simple. Keep doing what they do.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much summed it up. Maybe add a couple guys on defense. The defense is sometimes a little iffy, but other than that, I think it's a very good team. They just are a little young and choked.
Plain and simple, I think they just got to get better corners this offseason and just stick with their young guys and just watch them progress.
Next up, the Ravens versus the Chiefs game. I mean, that game was just completely a meltdown from the Ravens. They had so many opportunities, and they weren't able to do anything with them. They had the late in the game opportunity for a touchdown from Zay Flowers, and he had 2 mess-ups. Well, first he taunted in front of Ladarius Sneed, and then he tried to dive for the end zone, lost the ball, and gave it right back to the Chiefs.
Rookie mistake.
It's not something you want to see. And I mean, yeah, he is a rookie, but still.
I do think the Ravens played bad, but the referees played a massive role in this game. It did not feel fair for the Ravens at all. Zay Flowers got called for that taunting penalty. There should have been at least 3 on Travis Kelce. He was flamboyant all game.
I can agree with that.
And I know that last interception from Lamar was probably going to be an interception no matter where he threw that ball, but his wide receiver got laid out way before the ball even was there.
3 defenders that put contact on before the ball was even there. I don't know how it was not.
Yeah, and I also think Zay Flowers kind of sold the game. I mean, coming from a rookie, when you make that big of a catch, you just got to move on the next play. You don't got to get up and flex, just move on. And
they were losing too. They were down by 10. This wasn't just like you guys are winning. They were down by 10 and he flexed on it. And that
was a big penalty, and I think I brought him back.
Yeah. So over the offseason, what the Ravens can do, I think they just lost their defensive coordinator a few moments ago. They lost him to the Seahawks. They need to restock on defense. They need to get some more players. On offense, though, get Lamar help. I think they need to go out. There's a player that's going to be hitting free agency this offseason. If they were to sign him, it might be one of the best fits in the NFL. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson might be one of the best fits, in my personal opinion, in the NFL. If they could pick up Derrick Henry, bring him in, put him in that John Harbaugh system, I don't know how can they stop them?
I can tell you how they will be stopped is their offensive line. Their offensive line could use some reworking, to say the least. They collapsed in that game. They gave Lamar no help. They gave the running back room no help. They gave the receivers no help.
Mm-hmm. I think they just got to keep the duo of Zay Flowers and Lamar. I mean, they're great together, and I think if they had some pieces around, they could be pretty solid next year too.
He's a rookie, so.
Yep.
Next up, though, we're going to do some fact or fiction, just our plain, simple thoughts, if it's a fact or if it's fiction. And to start with, are the Lions a one-and-done team? I mean, Dan Campbell said this might have been their only shot. He was saying it after the game in their press conference. Do we think it's their only chance to make it to the NFC Championship game and that their window is done? I think it's fiction. I think they have a good shot next year. I think they're just saying that. They have that chip on their shoulder now. That's my personal opinion. What about you, Peyton?
Yeah, I think it's fiction, too. I think if they just do some reworking in the secondary, that they could very easily be on their way to a Super Bowl.
I'd have to agree with both of you guys. I mean, they got some young players, and I'm pretty sure they're keeping Goff. I mean, so I think they'll be back.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, the 49ers with Brock Purdy. Are they a game-managing team, and will they be able to take down the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Personally, I think they have enough stardom. I think they're going to be able to take down the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I don't think they're a game-managing team. I think Kyle Shanahan is one of the brighter minds in the NFL. I think they're going to take down the Chiefs, but what about you guys?
I think this one is fiction. I think that they could very easily take down the Chiefs, get the ball to your stars. Brock Purdy's the perfect guy for that. He's able to throw screen passes all day.
Yeah, I mean, I do think they're a game-managing team, but I feel like that could help them. I mean, I feel like they'll just go out there, get the ball to their stars, just do what they do, play well in defense, and I feel like they could take them down.
Does Lamar have enough talent to win a Super Bowl? He's been to the playoffs multiple times now. Everyone says Lamar, all he does is run the ball. He has the ability to throw it, but we saw last game they barely ran it, and the Chiefs shut down his run game. Does he have the talent to win a Super Bowl? This is a hot take here. I don't think Lamar can win a Super Bowl by himself. I mean, he has all the skills too. He's going to be the MVP, but I think Lamar, I don't think he has enough. I think they obviously need rebuilds. More of the Ravens don't have enough, but right now I don't think Lamar has enough talent to win the Super Bowl, so I'm going to say that's fiction.
Well, of course Lamar can't win on his own. I mean, you look at every great Super Bowl team, there's always some type of duo there. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Tom Brady, Julian Edelman. The list goes on. I think if Lamar has another superstar by his side, he could very easily win the Super Bowl. So this one's kind of in between for me.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think this one's fact. I don't think he really has the talent. I mean, everyone talks about he's not quarterbacky enough, which I fully stand by. I mean, I know he had a pretty solid game, but not against the Chiefs. But yeah, I just don't think he has what it takes as of now. But I mean, there's a whole offseason for him to work on his game, and I think eventually he could. But
okay, this one's gonna be quick because I think we can all agree on it. The Ravens need offensive line help. Fact. That is the easiest one. I mean, the Ravens' offensive line, they might have cost them that game. They gave no time. The Ravens ran the ball 13 times. That's it. 13 times against the Chiefs. Terrible. They're a run-first team, and they ran 13 times. I believe it was 37 passes from Lamar Jackson, something you don't want to see. But I have another hot take. Some people I've heard around the internet, are the Chiefs, if they win the Super Bowl, better than the Patriots dynasty?
Fiction. No.
I don't think they are either, but I also can see why. I think you go to the Super Bowl, win 3 Super Bowls in the amount of time they have, it could be. But I don't know. I think the next question I have, which is Patrick Mahomes already deserved GOAT status? If he wins the Super Bowl, I hate to say it, he's got to be up there. He's got to be up there with Brady. What do you guys think?
I'd have to agree with that. I mean, he's right there, and I feel like he'd be neck and neck if he wins this one. If you give him one more, even 2, I definitely think he will be the GOAT.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but I think this one's fact. He deserves to be up there. He is a great quarterback, and he wins. Plain and simple.
Easy. Lastly, though, does Brock Purdy deserve to get paid like a top-tier quarterback? Is he more than a game manager? I don't know about top tier. I think he deserves to get paid in the upper levels of the contracts, but I don't think he's a top-tier quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he should be paid as much as Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. So I'm going to be, again, kind of be in between here. We'll say more fact than fiction, though.
No, he does not deserve to be paid as a top-tier quarterback. He deserves a nice salary at an IT job because I could do the same thing that he does. He throws the ball to Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel.
I mean, I have to agree with Brody here. I don't think he deserves a top-tier quarterback paycheck, but, I mean, he goes out there and wins. I mean, he makes some great plays every now and then, but I think he just does the job well, and that deserves a pretty good salary, but not like a top-tier quarterback.
I agree. Lastly, though, we're going to give you a little prediction for the Super Bowl. Who we think is going to win. We might do another piece on the Super Bowl coming up this next week, so we're not going to do too in-depth. My prediction, I think the 49ers win. I think it's going to be I have a feeling the 49ers, they're going to do it. I think they're going to hold the Chiefs' offense that has been lackluster so far this season. I think the score, I think it's going to be kind of close, but also not. Give me the 49ers winning 31-21.
Yeah, I think the 49ers will also win. Christian McCaffrey, I feel like, could just run the whole game. I think 49ers offensive line is very good, much better than the Ravens. And my score prediction is 49ers 24 to the Chiefs 10.
I'm going to have to agree with you guys all on that one. I think the 49ers will win as well. I'm just keep it plain and simple. I think they'll win 34-31.
Thanks for tuning in today, folks. This is our AFC-NFC Championship game reaction plus some fact or fiction. I'm Brody Heidemann, joined alongside Drew Rhoades and Peyton Parker with the Wingspan, the official student news source of Gretna East.